More and more parents are being reassured by the measures that we are taking to keep their children safe and are letting them return to schools and nurseries if they're eligible to do so. As of this week, there are more than 1.6 million children back in our schools. If you're one of those parents, I'd like to say thank you for putting your trust in us. I know many of you have had doubts and may still do. I want you to know that I treat my responsibility for your children with the utmost seriousness. Their safety, their well-being is my top priority. In welcoming more children back, we have followed not only the best scientific advice, but also what other countries have been doing to manage a successful return for their children and making sure we do the same here in the United Kingdom. At my last briefing, I told you how it was my intention for all children to be back in school for September. Today, I want to give you more detail about how we're going to make that happen. But before I do, I'd like once more to thank the fantastic school and college staff, the childminders, the nursery workers and carers who are all making a return possible. Schools, nurseries and early year settings have been welcoming more children back since the 1st of June. They've been keeping children in small, consistent groups with stringent infection control, hygiene and cleaning measures in place to make sure that they're safe. Now that infection rates are falling, we can relax these bubbles, and from the 20th of July we can lift the restrictions on early years settings who will be able to return to their normal group sizes, although other safety measures must remain in place. We know that keeping contacts to a minimum is still one of the best ways to reduce risk of infection, and from this autumn, when the whole school population returns, we're asking schools to make sure that they continue to minimise contacts. This should be done by distancing where possible and by keeping classes or year groups separate from one another. We've suggested, for instance, that schools may stagger the start and end of the school day and that they keep their corridors as free from congestion as possible, minimising movement of children. We've issued full guidance on the approach schools and colleges should take, and I expect them to apply this in a way that works most effectively for them, their students, but also their wider communities. We know that maintaining distance and bubbles may be more challenging in schools where children and young people have special educational needs and disabilities, so we've issued specific guidance for them. If anyone in a nursery, school or college develops COVID-19 symptoms, they can already be tested. But from September, we're going to give all schools and colleges a limited number of home testing kits to give to any children or staff who are unable to get to a testing centre. Parents expect their children to be safe in school, but they also expect them to be getting a first-class education, which is why from September we'll be asking schools to resume a broad and ambitious curriculum, and we expect exams to be going ahead in the summer of 2021. We want children to be getting back to normal and enjoying school and benefiting from it. We all know that the best place for children to learn is in school, which is why I've been so determined to get them back there as soon as we can.